Planet Ark is one of Australia's highest profile environmental groups, backed by celebrities like Pierce Brosnan and Kylie Minogue, and famous for its campaigns on recycling and tree planting. But the charity, co-founded by tennis great Pat Cash, is under attack from its fellow green groups, accused of selling out to the forest industry. 730 has learned that Planet Ark has accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in sponsorship from a timber lobby group and allowed its logo to be used on advertising for wood products. Tonight, the organisation's founders speak out for the first time in this exclusive report from Adam Harvey.
Hi, the name's Brosnan, Pierce Brosnan. Welcome to Planet Ark. You don't have to be James Bond to save the world. Just get on the internet and go to Planet Ark.
Planet Ark was the environmental charity of choice for some big stars.
Getting information you need to stay informed and make a difference.
You know you want to, and I would love you to. Recycle.
Helping a child to plant a tree is a wonderful thing to do.
It's National Tree Day.
Hands up, who wants to plant trees today? Yay! Well,
it was National Tree Day on the weekend, and John Dee was getting his hands dirty for the event he created.
And we're going to start planting, OK?
Planet Ark made its name promoting recycling and events like National Tree Day, where school children and community groups plant 1 million seedlings around the country. Back in 1991, John Dee and his friend, tennis great Pat Cash, formed Planet Ark to promote positive environmental actions like tree planting and recycling.
We all can recycle.
The pair were adept at reeling in some big names.
Together we can all grow a better future for Australia.
Pat and I had to go out to our network of celebrities, and we managed to get some of the world's biggest celebrities to donate their time to the organisation, and that certainly helped us to really crash through and create a really potent force for change.
Planet Ark is now embroiled in controversy over its relationship with the timber industry, and it's accused of selling out.
No environment group should take money from the forestry sector.
What Planet Ark has done is undermined the rest of the environment movement by effectively deciding to give some green wash to the native forest logging industry.
Environmental Edge.
Do you know the good news about wood? Nearly half this wood is carbon, removed from the atmosphere by a growing tree. It's far better for our environment to have the carbon stored for life in here than out there.
This Planet Ark ad is part of a campaign for wood that's paid for by Forest and Wood Products Australia.
And that's why more people are saying wood is naturally better.
There could be a perception that who pays the piper calls the tune. And when you're getting $700,000 in donation from the industry and you're part of a review of the forestry standard, then it raises some serious questions of a potential conflict of interest.
Planet Ark is also under fire for working with the timber industry to update the industry's certification system for wood products, which is called the Australian Forestry Standard. It's seen as weaker than the rival certification system, backed by the environmental movement and run by the Forest Stewardship Council.
Well, the Australian Forestry Standard has no credibility at all. In fact, it was only dreamt up in response to the Forest Stewardship Council standard, and Australia couldn't meet that standard, and so the Minister of the day went ahead, and the next thing we knew, we had this dodgy standard which no one has any respect for.
The Australian Forestry Standard is a scheme that concerns many environmentalists. So if you ask environmentalists about the AFS, they will tell you that they're associated with clear felling, with environmental destruction, with the death of native wildlife. And so from that perspective, an organisation like Planet Ark cannot be seen to be associated with that particular standard.
So, for example, when I go into Perth, John Dee left Planet Ark 5 years ago to work on other charity projects, but he's remained a member until now. John Dee and Pat Cash have resigned their memberships from the organisation they founded.
We believe that this initiative, you know, the TV advertising campaign, the tie-up with the forest industry, and in particular the association with the Australian Forestry Standard, It is something that we do need to let people know that Pat and I are not associated with that. We think it's one step too far.
Pat Cash has issued this statement to 7:30, saying Planet Ark should be held accountable for its decision to work with the forest industry and return to the values that made it great. He says it should withdraw from its association with the Australian Forestry Standard and Forest and Wood Products Australia. Planet Ark declined 7:30's request for an interview, but in a statement it says it's not compromised by its deal with the forest industry.
We have a long history of maintaining independence while working with sponsors, whether they are companies, industry associations or governments of all political persuasion.
Planet Ark's financial statements show it's been in the red 3 years running. Last year, the charity put its former Blue Mountains headquarters on the market.
And today I'd like to show you 17.3 acres currently run at the moment by Planet Ark.
It sold for a bargain $875,000.
The fact they sold it was an issue for us. The fact they sold it for less than it was worth caused us concern, and we believe they shouldn't have sold it in the first place. It was an amazing facility that, to Pat and I, summed up everything that Planet Ark was all about. It was all about positive solutions.
Planet Ark's deal with the forest industry has made it easier to balance its books right now, but they may find the relationship causes long-term damage with its traditional supporters.
I think it'll be the beginning of the end for Planet Ark unless they change direction. Next time Planet Ark comes on TV saying recycle your Christmas cards, people are going to say, oh, that's the Planet Ark. That isn't saying anything about the destruction of logging native forests around Australia.
Adam Harvey with that report, and you can view the full response from Planet Ark on the 7:30 website.